Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? Yes, parents are saying like this. Understand? Because if parents are saying to you, "Ki, did you tidy your room, Amanda?" They want to develop the sense of cleanliness among the children. If you will not learn, when you will learn? This is the question. And you can see in Singapore, I think the country you have listened the name. Singapore, 1 hour in the morning, every child has to clean the room, has to clean the school campus. 1 hour. 1 hour is devoted to cleanliness in Singapore. So that is why they are developing the sense of cleanliness among the students. So that is why in world number one, the most cleanest city, the most cleanest country in the world is Singapore, because everyone is aware. Everyone is aware about cleanliness. So that is why, Amanda, I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. Yes, you should clean your shoes also. You should polish your shoes also, Amanda. Now, in bracket, it's the response from Amanda. What girl is thinking? What you people are thinking? You can see, I am an orphan. Why? What is she thinking? What is she thinking? Okay, I should be orphan. Orphan means without parents. Okay, always they are disturbing me. Always they are interfering me. Always they are saying to do this one, that one. Understand? So that is why roaming the street. Okay, I want to roam in the street. If your parents are not alive, so that is why okay, I can go anywhere. Understand? And I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. She wanted to draw patterns on the sand. It means she wanted to play in the dust. And parents, mother, she does not allow to do this one. Understand? So the silence is gold. Silence is golden. The freedom is sweet. Silence is golden. Freedom is sweet. One thing I am telling you, silence is golden. No problem. And freedom is sweet. One thing I am telling you, too much freedom will spoil you also. Too much freedom will spoil you also. So it doesn't mean, because you don't know, you people don't know what is right for you, what is wrong for you, because you are small kids. Now you are thinking that "Ki I am doing like this, I want to do this one or this one," but sometimes the result is opposite. So orphan means a child whose parents are dead. Hushed means quiet and still place. You can see here. Yes, here the poet says that Amanda's mother is inquiring her about whether she has done her homework or not, and then she asks her whether she has cleaned her room or not. Moreover, she is quite reminded to clean her shoes. It is one thing I'm telling you, you should think that my mother is saying like this. Okay, here we can see that the mother is constantly asking her questions regarding her homework being done or not, or whether she had cleaned up her room or shoes or not. But on the other hand, while Amanda is listening to her mother's instructions, she imagines herself to be an orphan who is roaming in the streets. This means that she would have drawn design on the soft dust with her uncovered feet very quietly, so we can see that she thinks opposite of her mother. Very nice, I am telling you. Whatever parents are thinking, you people are thinking always opposite. Understand? Her mother wants her to keep everything neat and clean, but Amanda wants to play in dust with her bare feet. Moreover, she is so fed up of these constant instructions from her mother that she says silence is golden, and which means that silence is very crucial and precious. She further says that freedom is sweet. This means that she never feels nice when she is with her mother. This is very much true, because if your parents are saying something, you are not feeling comfortable with the parents. Understand? Because you want to do whatever you want to do. Okay, this one don't want to read this one, and next paragraph I want to read. Yes, sometimes your parents are saying also that you should not eat chocolates too much of chocolates, otherwise you will spoil your teeth. Parents are saying like this. And now you can see also, because students are children are I will not say students, children are taking too much chocolates, and even after that they are not brushing their teeth, and that is why they are spoiling their teeth. When we were child, at that time we were not taking chocolates. In those days there was no chocolates. Understand? And our teeth are very healthy. Our teeth are very healthy. And you people now, you cannot suck, sugar cane. Yes, don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Under acne means pimple. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you? Understand? Every mother is saying like this. Okay, look at me. What I am saying. You are being instructed. You should not do this one. Chocolate, you are taking too much and you will spoil your teeth. And you can see now these three lines from mother, and now three lines from Amanda. I am Rupanzil. I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. Acne means pimples. Rapunzel, it is a girl. You can see a girl in the fairy tale by Grimm. Brothers Grimm. Tranquil means calm, quiet. Rare means uncommon. So here you can see. Next, Amanda's mother is disallowing her to eat chocolates. She reminds her of pimples that actually here she is talking about pimples, but she is going to spoil her teeth also. She reminds her of pimples that Amanda faces due to eating chocolates. At last, she scolds her for not paying attention to what her mother says. At this moment, Amanda imagines herself to be Rapunzel. Rapunzel was a character from a fairy tale that was captured in a tower by a witch. The witch used to climb the tower with the help of long hair of Rapunzel that were let down by her through the window. So now Amanda wants to be the Rapunzel because she feels that life in the tower will be peaceful and unusual. She thinks she will be free and live in a peaceful environment in the tower. She also confirms that to herself, and she will never let her hair down to anyone, so that nobody could come to her the tower, in the tower. Understand? So that is why there is a one fairy tale. Her name is Rapunzel, and there is bitch. And when bitch wants to come in the tower, and there was no stairs, there were no stairs, and the bay She was letting her hair down, and after catching the hair, the bitch was coming into the tower. So that is why she was saying, I want to live in the tower, and I will not allow anyone to enter the tower, and I will not allow my hair to let down. So this is you can see here is a literary device. There are so many literary devices in this poem. Allusions, you can see Jews of famous fairy tale character Rapunzel. It is allusion, understand? And rhythm, rhyme scheme A A F A G G G, Amanda Amanda Jew Amanda hair, and assonance Jews of vowel sound E and O. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you? And consonants, first is assonance, second is consonance. Jews of sound are I am Rapunzel, I have not a care, bright hair. Repetition is also there, Jews of word Amanda. Everywhere you can see Amanda, Amanda, Amanda is repeated so many times. So stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Yes, you are so moody also. Understand? Your parents are saying you are moody. If you want to do any work, you can do. And if your mother is saying to do the work, you are saying no. And if you are not asked to do and you want to do, you will do. Understand? So that is moody. Understand? You are moody. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. Sulking means be in a bad mood. Understand? Always, Mama is always scolding me. Mama is instructing me to do like this. It is sulking. Understand? Mama is always saying that you should read. Understand? You should eat. You should do this one, this one, this one. Understand? So that is you are sulking. Moody means unstable. Sometimes you are saying I will do. Sometimes you are saying I am not doing this work. Nagged means harass. Nagged means harass. Yes. Amanda's mother now warns her off for behaving in a very odd manner. Yes, she was behaving in a very odd manner. Okay, you are not doing this one. She asks her to stop being in a bad mood. Yes, okay, cheer up your mood. Moreover, she blames her of having such an unstable mood. She also scolds her by saying that her behavior will one day make people think that Amanda was constantly being harassed by her mother. So, here we can say that though Amanda is always pointed out by her mother on every small thing, that she cannot react to this. If she reacts towards this by getting emotional, her mother takes this against her sense of pride and scolds her that she would not behave like this, or others would think that Amanda's mother is very dominating towards her child. Understand? Okay, mama is doing like this, mama is doing like this. People will think that mother is too much dominating over girl. So you should not do like this. A literary device, alliteration. Alliteration means when we start words with the same letter. Stop that sulking. You can say here SS. Stop that sulking. S sound is repeated at the start of closely placed words. Repetition use of word Amanda you know very well. And rhyme scheme AAHA. Amanda, Amanda, you, Amanda. Understand? So this is so next. This one is your poem, and let us discuss question answers. How do you how old do you think Amanda is? How do you know this? Amanda's age could be between 10 to 12 years old. We can guess that this because of the reference of Mary Maid or Rapunzel. These stories are read by children of age group of 10 to 12 years. Who do you think is speaking to her? One of her parents is speaking to her. We think that probably it could be her mother. We think that because it is general perception that children are taken care of by their mothers at home. You know very well, father is going out to earn and mother is at home. She is looking after her child, and so that is why we can say mother is there. Why are stanza 2, 4, and 6 are given in a parent thesis? You know, parent thesis is a remark that is added to a sentence, often to provide an explanation. So in stanza 2 or 4 and 6, parent thesis is used to describe the reaction of child Amanda towards her mother's continuous nagging. Nagging means scolding. Nagging means scolding. Yes, question number 4. Who is the speaker in stanza 2, 4, and 6? Do you think this speaker is listening to the speaker in stanza 1, 3, 5, and 7? Means Amanda is listening to her mother or not? Yes, the speaker in stanza 246 is Amanda. No, she is not paying any attention to what her mother says. She is lost in her own thoughts. She imagines herself as a mermaid, and of orphan and Rapunzel. What could Amanda do if she were a mermaid? The little girl Amanda wants to be a mermaid and the only resident of the beautiful sea garden. She thinks that her life would be very relaxing in the sea and she will be taken away with her current of water. She will be able to enjoy her freedom where she can enjoy very much. There is no one, only mermaid is there in the sea, and in the green water, in the blue water, she will enjoy her freedom. So that is why she wants to become a mermaid. Question number 5. Question number 6. Is Amanda an orphan? Why does she say so? No, Amanda is not an orphan as she is constantly being pointed out by one of her parents in the poem. And she said so because she is sad and depressed because of the continuous scolding and nagging which she faces because of her parents. Therefore, she feels that it would have been much better and peaceful if she would have been an orphan. So that is what you can see. And she wants to become orphan because constantly her mother is nagging and scolding her. So that is why she wants to become an orphan. Question number 6, 7. Do you know the story of Rapunzel? Why does she want to be a Rapunzel? The story of Rapunzel is of a girl who is captured by an old witch in a tower. Understand? In a tower, the old witch climbs up the tower with the help of Rapunzel's very long hair, which she lets down from her uh, for her through a window of the tower. One day, a prince visits her by climbing the tower with the help of her long hair. When the witch comes to know this, she separates both of them. Both, but both Rapunzel and Prince meet after a gap of many years and then live their life happily. Amanda wants to be Rapunzel because she knew that in the story there was no staircase to enter the tower. I told you this one also. There was no staircase and nobody can, without the help of the hair, and nobody can go up. And after that, Amanda wants to be Rapunzel because she knew that in the story there was no staircase to enter the tower. It was only possible with the help of Rapunzel's long hair that she would let down to help others to climb. Amanda feels that life is in the tower. In the tower will be very calm and nice, and also makes it a point to never let her hair down to for everyone, as she does not want to get disturbed by visitors. So that is why she wants to live alone, and she will not let her hair down, and nobody is allowed to come in the tower. So because her mother was constantly nagging and scolding her, so that is why she was thinking like this, understand? So she wanted to be alone, that is why she wanted to remain, she wanted to become orphan, so that is why she wanted to become mermaid, understand? Question number 8: what does the girl yearn for? What does this poem tell you about Amanda? The girl is the girl Amanda yearns for freedom and peace in her life. She is constantly reminded of her mistakes. Her parents want her to follow the code of conduct of good behavior. They are doing to they are doing so because they want their child to be well mannered and obedient. But while doing this, they forget that she is child and should be allowed some freedom. The poet has drawn the reader's attention towards the condition of children who are constantly opposed by their elders in the name of good behavior. Actually, one thing I'm telling you, parents are saying always, understand, they want good behavior from the children, and sometimes children they want freedom also. Understand, sometimes your parents are very strict, and they are very strict and they don't allow any freedom to you. So that is why you are becoming obstinate. Read the last stanza. Do you think Amanda is sulking and is moody? In our sense, Amanda is not moody. She feels oppressed because of her mother's constant nagging. She does not want to be pointed out for such a small things like cleaning her the room, sitting straight, cleaning her shoes, completing her homework, etc. She feels that she is not free and is under a constant pressure of trying to be a well behaved girl as per her parents' demand. Understand? So, this is I am telling you, this